Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of your NFL predictions. And this week, we have something special. We're switching it up, and we're going to be focusing on the NFC East in particular. And to give you a little background, we have the Giants in first place, 5-7, over the Washington football team, also 5-7. Then Eagles 3-8, and Cowboys 3-9. So, with that in mind, let's go to our first game this week for the NFC East, which is the Giants against the Cardinals. And let's start off with Dallas. What do you think about this game?
Um, I think it should be a pretty good game. The Giants are playing some pretty good football right now, I have to admit, as much as I don't like saying that. They beat a pretty good Seattle team. Um, I think they can beat the Cardinals. The Giants' defense is very good. The Cardinals are struggling. So I think the Giants will probably win this game.
Yeah, I think their defense did pull through last week. Let's hear from you, Liam.
I mean, the Giants did pull off one of the biggest upsets of the season last year. And as Al said, the Cardinals are struggling and the Giants defense is pretty good this year. But I gotta disagree with Dallas. I see Kyler Murray and their offense getting back on track. I don't think hopefully Kyler Murray can run around them boys. And hopefully D Hop just mosses the whole freaking Giants secondary. But we'll see. I got the Cardinals like 27-20 Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, but as
And then
Kyler,
the Giants also have Colt McCoy, and we still got to see because the Seahawks defense is also like bottom five. So against a decent defense, let's see how your boy Colt does.
true, true. What about you, Gavin?
I'm gonna have to agree with Dallas. I disagree with Liam because look at the way the Giants played last week, bro. They beat the Seahawks. They're 8-3. No one thought it was gonna happen. And in my opinion, the Seahawks are better than the Cardinals. In my opinion, I think in my opinion, Cardinals only have Kyler and D Hop. You stop them two, and we got Bradbury. We got some really good DBs. So we got Logan Ryan. So our defense is set, and I think our offense is gonna be okay. I think Colt McCoy's been doing pretty well. So yeah, I got the Giants winning by like a touchdown, maybe a field goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with you, Gavin. I mean, I think that if you look at last week and you compare the Seahawks and the Cardinals, you got Russ up against Kyler. I think Russ wins that. And same thing, they have two good receivers in Lockett and DK. So there's less targets to focus on against the Cardinals. So I think that the defense, I'm not sure if Blake Martinez, the captain, is going to be back because I know he got injured, but I think if we stop the run game, we're going to win this game by a touchdown. So I think the Giants are going to win. Yeah. So let's go to our next game on Sunday. Dallas and Liam, this is your game, the Cowboys and the Bengals. So let's start off with you, Liam.
Man, we're having right now. It's embarrassing to be a Cowboys fan. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty embarrassing. But this week we have a very good opportunity to at least just put the fourth win in in the W column. I think like we're having the backup QB, either if it's Ryan Finley or who they have, Brandon Allen starting. Either one of those, they're not that good. And we actually, I know the scoreboard might not show it against the Ravens, but if you actually watch the game, we didn't play that bad. Our run game is,
We missed 3 field goals too, so that's 9 points right
and
there
our
you could
run
have.
game, our run defense is probably the worst in the league. It was fourth quarter was bad, but if you watch the first half, it was okay. So I see the Cowboys winning this 24-17.
Yeah, it's a close game against pretty banged up Bengals team. Let's hand it over to Gavin. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with Liam because I feel like if you just look at the way the Cowboys have been playing, it's pretty self-explanatory what's gonna happen in this next game. They're gonna lose because that they've been really good at losing recently. So I mean, they got no QB, they got no running back. Like Zeke is like he's like a little boy all of a sudden. He doesn't eat anymore. So I don't know what's going on with that. And look at their defense. Just look at their defense. even without Joe Burrow, I still think that the Bengals are going to take care of business. I do have it being a close game because both the Bengals and the Cowboys are not good. So I'm gonna give it to the Bengals. I think they're gonna win by a touchdown.
All right. All right. And what about you, Dallas?
Like Gavin and Liam said, we got two bad teams playing against each other. I mean, the Cowboys suck right now. There's no way around it. They're terrible. Um, and I hate to say it, but I think we're gonna win this week. I don't want to. I'd rather us just lose out, honestly. I think we're gonna win this week. The Bengals haven't done anything offensively without Joe Burrow. Our offense, we can't finish drives, but we can move the ball. So like that's the only problem we have offensively. I think we're gonna win the game. I don't have a score prediction, but I'd rather lose. If I was the Cowboys, I'd lose for a draft pick, honestly. At this point in the season, there's no point. The Giants and Redskins are playing way better
You think
football.
it's tank mode, like the Jets?
For me as a fan, yes, it should be tank mode. Because I don't think the way the Giants and the football team are playing right now, we can't catch them. I don't think. Their defenses are playing outstanding, and then we have the worst rushing defense. I don't know if any of you were watching the game, but they showed the statistic, and the Cowboys were last in every rushing statistic defensively. So that just says enough for
Jeez.
that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that it was that bad, but I mean, as a Giants fan, at least I can say that our team is kind of taking shape and getting an identity, whereas the Cowboys aren't even close to having an identity back.
Hey, I'm just saying
I think the
every
problem
team
with the
has that
Cowboys-
season. Every team
I think
has
the
like
problem
that
with the
season.
Cowboys, like when Dak got hurt, we lost our captain and our leader, and no one filled that role. So like it was just, I feel like it was just everyone for themselves. That's what I noticed. Like
What
ever
happened to
since Dak
Zeke?
got hurt,
What happened to Zeke?
Zeke hasn't really ever been like a leader. Like it's always Dak. He controls the offense. He does all that kind of stuff. Like Zeke is just there. Zeke's his. I don't want to say this season. Yes, he was his backup, basically, but I don't think Zeke is fit for that leadership role that Dak had, and no one really stepped into that. So I think that's why they're playing so poorly. Like they're not really playing as a team, and that's what's hurting them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Going into the season, I thought that Mike McCarthy was a good pick for the Cowboys, but I mean, as you can see, I don't think it's turned out well at all. And I really think that what you're saying about leadership is important because, yeah, it's just kind of watching like no like swarming to the ball, no like good rush.
No,
rush.
yeah, and
Like I
during
mean,
their game
Lamar's
last week, I
run.
heard
Lamar had
one
a
of the
32-yard
broadcasters say
touchdown
that
run,
Jerry
and no one went to the
Jones,
ball.
Jerry Jones should stop and bring in his son. Everyone like because Jerry Jones, a lot of people think Jerry Jones is still in like the old times. He wants to run the
Is
ball.
that like the 92-year-old guy who sits
Yeah,
in the
and he's
booth
like
every
still
game?
leading the team. He's like still like literally the owner. So a lot of people think he's like a 50-year-old son who's like the VP, the vice president, who should just take over. And all I'm saying is every team is that season. Would the Giants have like 3 top 5 picks the last 3 seasons? And now
Yeah.
this is our season. And now we're obviously gonna have a top 5 pick.
We're gonna resign. We're gonna resign Dak. We're gonna bounce back. We'll sign a D or not sign. We'll draft a defensive back in the first round, and we'll just go with that.
All I
We've
gotta say is
also
all
had-
these Giants fans talking about how bad the Cowboys are. You guys have had a top 5 pick the last like 4 years straight. So,
At least
come on.
I got to watch the Giants win the Super Bowl.
Okay, bud, I have a lot more years in my life.
still never
I have a
have
lot
that.
more
You
years.
never
I'm
have
only
that memory.
I'm only
You
17.
never have that. You don't
I'm
have that
only
childhood
17.
memory.
I got a lot more life to live, bud.
You don't have that childhood memory of your team winning the Super Bowl. You just don't have it.
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
All
But I
right.
only remember one of them.
Really, I remember both. Well, let's go to the next game. We got Washington against the 49ers. And let's start off with Gavin.
I mean, I think that it's going to be a really good game, even though Washington's terrible. 49ers haven't really showed much. Yeah, Washington's terrible. I'll say it. Listen, they
just beat a team that was 11-0.
They got so lucky, dude. The freaking Steelers were playing like they're just not playing good.
It's the TikToks, man.
It's that Washington defense.
Listen. In this game, I have the 49ers taking care of business. It's the Washington football team. I'm a Giants fan, and I have enough faith that they're going to lose, and that's going to put us way in first place because we already beat them, so we're in first place. But if they lose and we win this week, it's looking really good for the playoffs. So I think it's going to be a good game, but I have the 49ers taking care of business. And is George Kittle back?
I think Kittle's out for the year.
Oh, he's done?
I think Garoppolo is back, though.
Okay, well, yeah.
I mean, yo, I have him on my team, so I get all the reports. The coach did say that he's hopeful that Kittle will come back for the last couple weeks. I don't know how many games couple is, but
yeah, well,
we'll
I think
see.
if George Kittle's back this game, it's going to be very easy because George Kittle, like, he can control a game. Those third down situations, like, you give him the ball, he's getting the first down. So, but if he's not back, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I do think he really adds to that team well. Let's hear from you, Dallas.
All right, so I think it's going to be a good game, honestly, just because both of these teams are fighting for a playoff spot. I'm pretty sure the 49ers are 1.5 games out of a wild card or whatever it is. And Washington is obviously tied for first with the Giants. So they're both playing for something. The Washington defense, in my opinion, is a top 10 defense. They shut down every team they play. It's unbelievable. Like, you want to talk about the Giants having a bunch of first-round draft picks, top 10 draft picks, all on defense? Washington, probably the last 7 years, has had that. So their whole front seven is stacked. Their secondary is okay. Offensively, they're shaky. They did just beat Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh, in my opinion, was the most overrated team in the league. Good defense, terrible offense. And that was exposed, basically, because Washington shut them down. I don't think the 49ers are that good. Honestly, that's just me. They got lucky against the Rams, in my opinion. Jared Goff has his good weeks and his bad weeks. I think Washington will probably win this game, though.
All right. And how about you, Liam?
I gotta agree with Dallas. I mean, I do think this is gonna be a very good game. Washington is on a streak right now. They've showed that they can beat the good teams, and they've showed that their defense can beat good offenses. But with the 49ers and just all the injuries, they're literally I feel bad to be a 49ers fan. Like, who'd they have? Like, week 2, they lost like 4 starters or something.
I feel bad to be a Cowboys fan, too. You guys.
Hey, I'm not gonna say, yeah, it's a bad time to be a Cowboys fan. But I see the Redskins winning this. I see them win by like probably a field goal. I can see like a final second field goal for the win because both defenses, 49ers defense, even though they lost some pieces, is still kind of decent. And the Washington offense, who did just lose Antonio Gibson, their starting running back. So that could be big. But I see the Redskins probably winning 24-21.
The football team.
I'm never going to get used to that. I'm never calling them the football team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as a Giants fan, I want them to lose, but I really think Washington's going to win this game because I really don't know how the 49ers blew out the Giants, and that was like the only time the Giants really got blown out. But with that in mind, I think that the 49ers are pretty bad now, and I think Washington, their defense is going to take control. And, I mean, as our offense continues to struggle, and their defense just has to, keep pulling more weight. But, yeah, Washington winning by 2 touchdowns. So, and for the sake of time, for the last game, we have the Saints and the Eagles, and I'm just going to go around and ask who you guys got winning that game. So, Dallas.
I think this is just
This is the Saints by a mile.
Yeah, Saints.
I mean, yo, Jalen Hurts can come in there.
Jalen Hurts may
start
surprise some people. You never know.
Yawson.
No.
But the Saints are too good.
Yeah.
Saints are about to
by
blow them
blowout.
up, bro.
Hey, Alvin Kamara, let's go, AK. Let's go, AK. It's fantasy playoff time, boys.
Yep. And also, shout out Saturday, Army-Navy game. It's our only game of the season. And, yeah, go Navy. So, all right. Well, catch you guys later. This has been your week 14 NFL predictions.
Big
Until next time, peace out.